Mitchell Litwinski's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 1:15.722. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Roll Postma has a best lap time of 2:07.850. Raimo Pedersen has a best lap time of 1:12.714. So, for those tuning in and wondering what's the go with these practice sessions, well, it ain't just about flexing their engines. It's about synergy, mate. Getting the driver, the car, and the track to sing in harmony.
Couldn't have put it better. We liken it to rehearsing a dance. Every step, every turn must be practiced until it's second nature on the big stage.
Oi, these practices aren't just a walkabout in the park. It's here that races are often won or lost.
Absolutely. Back home in North Carolina, we emphasize the setup. A few tweaks during practice can lead to major gains on race day.
Joe Ergu's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 1:13.680. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Mike crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 1:14.510. They're getting to grips with Lime Rock Park, full circuit, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
Maju is in Sam Posey straight. There's the first flying lap for Puppy Dog from Hell, hitting 1:15.180. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Maju posted a 1:13.110 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Mitchell Litwinski posted 1:14.224 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
You know, mate, some folks wonder why these drivers spend so much time in practice. But it's just like prepping a Barbie, you gotta get it right before the big show.
Exactly, Rob, practice makes perfect, and in racing, perfect can be the difference between pole position and the back of the grid.
Mitchell Litwinski's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 1:14.179. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Let's get this qualifying session underway here at Lime Rock Park, full circuit.
Strap in, folks, because we're in for a wild ride.
Mitchell Litwinski is on their out lap. Impressive display by Mike O'Hagan, currently sitting in position 4. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position. Megasaurus 55 has put in a great effort and currently holds 7th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position?
You're spot on, Rob. Megasaurus 55's current position of 7th is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
Incredible. Raimo Pedersen has completed their outlap. Raimo Pedersen has completed their outlap. A strong showing from Mitchell Litwinski as they currently sit in fourth. Mitchell Litwinski has completed their outlap. What a performance from Megasaurus 55. Megasaurus 55 has completed their outlap. A challenging session for Zhou Ergu so far. They're currently in 11th position, which is not where they wanted to be. But in motorsport, we've seen remarkable comebacks, and they'll be hoping to turn their fortunes around and secure a better result.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Jorg Yu might be disappointed with their current position, but there's still time to make a difference.
Zhou Ergu has completed their outlap. Impressive work from Maju, who has claimed third on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. Maju has completed their first flying lap in 1:12.187. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Andreas Dittmann has just completed a lap in 1:13.868. Let's see if they can improve on that time further. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Zhou Ergu has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Seppo has just completed that lap in 1:12.513. Their best lap so far is 1:12.513, putting them in P3. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? What an impressive performance from Raimo Pedersen. They are currently leading the pack in this qualification session, showing incredible pace and skill. It's a commanding position for them, and they have set the bar high for their competitors. A solid performance from Maju as they currently hold position 2. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid. And there goes Zhou Ergu, currently in position 10. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result.
I completely agree, Rob. Jorg Yu has positioned themselves impressively in 10th. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
A tough qualifying session for Andreas Dittmann might need to rethink their setup. That 1:13.739 isn't doing him any favors in 10th. Maybe tweaking the downforce for better grip could shave off a few precious seconds.
I agree, Rob. A bit more downforce on those corners at Lime Rock Park, full circuit could make a world of difference. But they'll have to be careful not to sacrifice too much top speed on the straights.
Maju has secured a respectable second in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? It's an impressive showing by O'Hagan, currently in 5th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher?
Great analysis, Rob. O'Hagan has shown excellent pace to secure 5th. Now, the focus shifts to whether they can use their track position to their advantage in the race.
Disappointing performance from Zhou Ergu in this qualifying session. Currently in 11th position, they'll need to dig deep and find some extra speed to climb up the leaderboard and secure a better starting position for the race.
You're absolutely right.
Looks like Zhou Ergu needs to put the pedal to the metal. That last lap times landed them in 9th. Not where they'd want to be, especially with the session ticking away.
True, Rob. It's all about incremental gains. Every tenth of a second counts, and they've got to squeeze every bit of performance out of that Citeron C1 Racing.
Not the ideal start for Andreas Dittmann in this qualifying session. Currently in 11th position, they'll be eager to put together a strong final lap to improve their standing. The pressure is on, and they'll need to deliver their best performance.
Absolutely, Rob. Andreas Dittmann is aware of the current situation, and they'll be looking to make the most of the remaining time. They'll need to analyze their performance, work closely with their team, and find that extra bit of speed to improve their qualifying position.
Andreas Dittmann's last lap at 1:13.320 has them languishing in 6th. Time slipping away, and they need to find some magic on the track.
Absolutely, Rob. It's crunch time, and they've got to push that Citeron C1 Racing beyond its limits if they want to claw back into the top 5.
There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Zhou Ergu's latest lap at 1:13.085 isn't cutting the mustard. They're sitting in 6th, which means there's a fair bit of ground to make up.
Yeah, Rob, it's a decent time, but in this game, decent won't get you to the podium. They'll need to dig deeper and find some extra pace.
There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. With Roll Postma clocking a 1:13.017, they've got themselves a mountain to climb, stuck in 6th.
They're not out of the fight yet, Rob, but it's going to take some serious wheel work to make up that gap. The clock's ticking, and they need to make every lap count from here on out.
Impressive display by Seppo, currently sitting in position 4. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position. A solid qualifying performance by Mike, positioning them in 3rd at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners.
I couldn't agree more, Rob. O'Hagan has done a fantastic job to claim 3rd. The challenge now is to convert this opportunity into a strong race result.
Roll Postma has positioned themselves well in 6th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start. Incredible drive by Zhou Ergu so far, earning him 7th on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up?
Absolutely, Rob. Ergu has shown great potential to secure 7th. It's now a matter of channeling that momentum into a strong performance during the race.
Seems like Zhou Ergu's struggling to find the sweet spot with their Citeron C1 Racing. Sitting in 7th with a time of 1:12.808, they might want to consider adjusting the suspension setup for better handling.
Yeah, tuning the suspension could improve cornering stability, Rob. It's all about finding that balance between agility and stability on a technical track like this.
What a performance from O'Hagan. They currently occupy 3rd on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favorable starting spot? Impressive work from Seppo, who has claimed 4th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position.
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Seppo has positioned themselves impressively in 4th. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
A solid performance from Mike as they currently hold position 3. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid.
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. Mike's current position of 3rd is a testament to their skill and determination. Now, they must stay sharp to make the most of this opportunity.
Currently in 4th, Seppo has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position.
You're spot on, Rob. Seppo's current position of 4th is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
Looks like Seppo is making a statement, securing a spot in 4th.
Yep, Rob, but there's always room for improvement. Smooth, consistent laps might just be the key to climbing even higher before this session wraps up.
It's an impressive showing by Andreas Dittmann, currently in 8th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher?
I completely agree, Rob. Andreas Dittmann has positioned themselves impressively in 8th. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
Andreas Dittmann's clocking in at 1:14.971 isn't turning heads just yet. They're holding on to 8th, but with time running out, it's now or never.
They've got the skill, Rob, but they need to translate that into lap times. It's time to throw caution to the wind and go all out.
Andreas Dittmann has put in a great effort and currently holds 8th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position?
Absolutely, Rob. Andreas Dittmann has put in a remarkable effort to secure 8th. The competition is fierce, and they'll need to stay focused to defend their position.
You've joined us on a breezy day here at Lime Rock Park, full circuit, as we're getting ready to get things underway.
The tension's building now. This is going to be another great race.
Starting from pole position is the best possible outcome for Raimo Pedersen. Maju will look to make a splash from the second position on the starting grid. Sitting in third, it's Mike O'Hagan. Holding strong in fourth place is Seppo.
The Finnish driver will be focused on a good result from here.
Sunoila is going to be starting from fifth. Roel Postma is sixth. Jorg Yu will be looking to gain ground quickly as they start from seventh on the grid.
Jorg Yu is going to show us something special, I'm sure of it.
Lining up in eighth is Andreas Dittmann.
Expect some battling with Jorg Yu.
Our ninth place starter, Smells Like We, is a driver who knows how to make up ground on the track. From the middle of the pack, we have Mitchell Litwinski in 10th place on the starting grid. Megasaurus 55 has got their work cut out for them starting from 11th on the grid. Starting from 12th on the grid is a bit of a mixed bag for Puppy Dog from Hell.
Where can Puppy Dog from Hell finish today?
They're darting off, tackling the unpredictable first stretch. With cars this close, it's riskier than a roux on a freeway.
With hearts racing and engines roaring, they've got to be smarter than the average bear to navigate this here minefield.
This is going to be one hell of a race, I can already feel it.
There are a few drivers with a point to prove, and a few with some grudges to bear. Will we see a clean race today?
The drivers are jockeying for position. Mike will be looking to get off to a good start and consolidate their position.
The first lap can always be a bit of a bun fight as everyone tries to establish themselves. It's easy for inexperienced racers to blow it in T1.
I can't wait to see how this race will play out. You know, they say, steady as she goes, and that's exactly what Mike's doing. Holding on to 3, maybe they've got a trick or two up their sleeve for later. Coming into Sam Posey straight, the fight for 5th is heating up. Who will be the first to blink?
When I was racing, we had a saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. Roel Postma is definitely living on the edge today.
It's an intense battle for position as Mike tries to outmaneuver Maju. This is edge of your seat racing.
Oi, Rob, wouldn't want to be in Maju's shoes right now, would ya? Talk about a pressure cooker situation.
Seems like Roel Postma is getting in range of Sunoila.
They need to keep it on the black stuff. You don't get points for driving over weeds, not in this game.
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Roel Postma is sniffing around Sunoila like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of 5th. Alright, hold your horses. Mike is really putting the heat on Maju. If I were Maju, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop.
You know, Rob, I wouldn't put it past Mike to pull a rabbit out of the hat in this duel. Keep those eyes peeled.
Ever felt like you're being watched? Bet Maju's getting that vibe right about now with Seppo lurking. Talk about being caught in the middle. Maju is sandwiched between their rivals, Seppo 0.2 seconds behind and Mike 0.2 seconds ahead. The battle for position is on. The battle is on for Maju. They're sandwiched between two rivals, Seppo 0.2 seconds away and Mike 0.2 seconds ahead. It's a true test of their racecraft. Gee whiz, Seppo is breathing down Maju's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Maju's rearview mirror right now. It's getting crowded. We got a close battle as Megasaurus 55 closes in on Smells Like We. Hold on to your hats. Seppo is gunning for Maju. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend? The crowd is on its feet as Smells Like We chases down Mitchell Litwinski through West Bend.
If Smells Like We isn't careful, they might end up turning this high-speed chase into a synchronized spinning routine. And trust me, that's not a crowd pleaser.
It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while. Bloody hell, Raimo Pedersen just took a quick detour to the outback. Maybe they saw a kangaroo on the track or something. Smells Like We seems to be putting the pressure on Megasaurus 55.
Do they have the speed for a move, and more importantly, do they have the talent?
Now isn't this a show? Sunoiler's gotten the bit between their teeth, and they're reeling in Seppo. Look at him weave and bob through left-hander, folks. Smells Like We could be looking for a way up the inside of Megasaurus 55.
To achieve anything in this game, you must be prepared to dabble in the boundary of disaster.
Not much room to breathe for Sunoiler with Roll Postma trailing so close. I reckon we'll see a move soon, especially at back straight. It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. Sunoiler wants to close that gap with Roll Postma.
There is no room for error in this battle.
Oh mate, Mitchell Litwinski's impersonating a lost tourist. Did someone forget to tell them it's a race, not a bushwalk?
Dang, Michal Litvinsky went off like my sense of self-worth after my high school reunion. And just as hard to recover.
Whoa there, Sunoiler is sticking to Roll Postma like glue. You reckon Roll Postma's feeling the pressure? Cause I sure would.
The slightest mistake from either driver could lead to a meeting with the barriers, and nobody wants an impromptu autograph session with the wall.
It seems like Maju is pushing. They are on for recording their best lap so far this race.
Can Maju keep it together?
Talk about intense. Megasaurus 55 is on Smells Like We's bumper. We're in for a treat as they approach West Bend.
Hey Rob, ever seen a cat toy with a mouse? Kind of feels like what Megasaurus 55 is doing to Smells Like We right now, doesn't it?
Maju is on a charge. Their split time shows they have upped their pace. It's a close race between Megasaurus 55 and Smells Like We in 9th.
Rob, last time I saw Megasaurus 55 this riled up, there were sparks flying off the track. Get ready for a showdown.
An impressive showing from Megasaurus 55, who has gained positions and left Smells Like We in the dust.
Absolutely. Megasaurus 55 is showing great pace and determination, but they can't get too confident. There are still plenty of challenges ahead.
Oi, Sunoiler's really making Maju work for it.
It's going to come down to who wants it more.
Heartbreak for Sunoiler as they slip down the field. Hal, can you share some strategies that drivers use to manage tire degradation during a race?
Certainly, Rob. Some strategies include adjusting the car's setup for better tire life, altering driving lines to reduce wear, and using tire management techniques like lift and coast to preserve grip for as long as possible.
As they speed through Big Bend, Maju is relentlessly pursuing Roll Postma in a high-stakes battle for position.
With Maju on the hunt, Roel
Sorry to interrupt here, but that won't be ideal for Smells Like We.
racing at Lime Rock Park, full circuits like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get. Today, Smells Like We got the lemon.
Buckle up, Maju is all over Roll Postma like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action? Maju's playing hard to get, eh? If they drop the pace anymore, they'll be in reverse. But crikey, roll postma's just raring to go. This is where the race gets really interesting. Sunoiler is closing in on Maju.
Sometimes you have to take risks to win, but pushing the car too hard can be a costly mistake. Sunoiler needs to be careful not to overdo it.
The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown?
And the drivers know it too, Rob. They're giving it everything they've got, and you can see them pushing the limits of the car's capabilities.
Superb driving from Maju, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race.
That's what we like to see. Maju is really showing their class today.
Mate, Maju's really giving it a burl out there, ripping it up like a croc in a waterhole.
I tell ya, I haven't seen that kind of ferocity since my days at Indy. But you Aussies, always gotta bring up the wildlife, huh?
Here's some action. Megasaurus 55's tailgating Mitchell Litwinski so close, it's like they're sharing the same set of wheels as their near right-hander.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Who will keep their cool under pressure? Megasaurus 55 or Michał Litwinski? It's anyone's race.
A strategic misstep perhaps? Megasaurus 55's place has shifted to 10th. The plot thickens. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Smells like wee is breathing down the neck of Mitchell Litwinski, not giving him any room to relax.
Well, bless my heart. Smells like wee is shadowing Michał Litwinski so closely, it's like they're hitched together. Keep an eye on them as they whip through West Bend.
Mate, Megasaurus 55's ride-up smells like wee's chuff. As they zip through Sam Posey Strait, we're all expecting some fireworks.
Mate, if I had $1 for every time Megasaurus 55 looked like overtaking, I'd be sipping mojitos on a beach right now.
Incredible, Megasaurus 55 is caught in a fierce battle, with Mitchell Litwinski breathing down their neck 0.2 seconds away, and smells like wee just ahead with a gap of 0.2 seconds. It's a test of their racing skills. I've seen kangaroos jump less than the sparks between Andreas Dittmann and Mitchell Litwinski. It's almost like a Saturday night date, but with a lot more rubber burning.
This is more than a race. It's a battle of wills, of nerve, of sheer determination.
Stone the crows. Andreas Dittmann's managed to trim that gap with Mitchell Litwinski, eh? Must be the slipstream effect on this straight. Or maybe they've put down that beer.
Just what Andreas Dittmann needed, like sweet tea on a hot day. Can't let Michał Litwinski out of sight for too long.
If I had $1 for every time Maju closed a gap like this, I'd have enough for a pint at the local. Get ready, Mike, the thunder from down under is coming. Well, blow me down. Maju's lap time just gave Mike a cheeky slap on the rear. Bet that left a mark. There's no escape now. Andreas Dittmann is breathing fire and has locked onto Mitchell Litwinski's tail. Blimey, Maju is sticking to Mike like a kangaroo to her Joey. At this rate, they'll be side by side as they hit Big Bend.
This battle between Maju and Mike is so intense, you could cut the tension with a knife, or should I say, with a front wing.
Stone the crows. Maju's going faster than a roo on the hop. Mike O'Hagan's gotta step up their game now.
Maju's driving like they stole something, and that something is Mike's dignity. Ouch.
The pursuit is on. Joe Ergu is closing the gap on Roll Postma, determined to claim P6. Things are getting spicy as Maju is breathing down Mike's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them. Blimey, Maju's cranking up the downforce, making every newton of force count. That gap's shrinking faster than my wallet at the pub. It's like David versus Goliath out there. Maju just slung a stone and gained ground, while Mike O'Hagan is left searching for footing. The gap between Joe Ergu in 7th and Roll Postma remains over a second, but Joe Ergu is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap up. Can they pull it back in the remaining 6 minutes? Joe Ergu's been working the tyre temps, and it's paying off. Grip's better than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Breaking update. Just like my hope in finding the one, Megasaurus 55's direction seems a bit lost right now. Joe Ergu wants to find a way round Roll Postma.
Rubbing is racing. Let's hope they don't rub it too hard.
Things are heating up as Andreas Dittmann closes in on Mitchell Litwinski. The gap between them is down to practically nothing.
The chase between Andreas Dittmann and Michal Litwinski is like a high-speed game of tag only. The stakes are much higher.
Oh, this is getting intense. Smells Like We is just behind Mitchell Litwinski. It's a game of inches now as Andreas Dittmann tails Megasaurus 55 closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake.
You can feel the intensity in the air. The slightest mistake could cost either of them the race.
It's a thrilling pursuit as Megasaurus 55 is right behind Smells Like We, keeping the pressure on for 9th place.
I remember being in a similar situation during my racing days. Megasaurus 55 must stay focused and wait for the perfect opportunity to overtake.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Joe Ergu is proper nipping at Roll Postma's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell.
Jorg Yu is following Roel Postma so closely, they could start charging them rent for occupying the same space on the track.
Incident alert. Talk about going walkabout on the track. Andreas Dittmann's off on a little bush adventure at Lime Rock Park. Full circuit, aren't they? Blimey, Smells Like We is closing in on Mitchell Litwinski like they owe them money. This duel is going to light up No Name straight.
Y'all see that? Smells Like We's right on Michal Litwinski's tail, and with the gap narrowing, No Name straight is going to be crucial.
The intensity is off the charts as Megasaurus 55 hounds Smells Like We, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit. This is what it's all about, folks. Joe Ergu is in hot pursuit of Roll Postma, who's just trying to stay ahead.
This is what makes motor racing so exciting. The tension is high and the stakes are even higher. Who will take home the victory? It's too close to call.
Look at this. Smells Like We is practically drafting off Mitchell Litwinski. With the gap this small, Big Bend is going to be a real test. The gap between Mike and Maju is razor thin as they vie for 3rd in this nail-biting contest. Ripper of a move. Mike's not just in the race. They're owning it. Today, 3rd. Smells Like We appears to be trying to find a way round Mitchell Litwinski. They could make a move on them in No Name straight.
I might have said this before, but dog, bone, you know the rest.
Oh my, O'Hagan is hot on the tail of Maju. As they come into Big Bend, I'm sure they may have a cheeky peek up the inside. Three cars, 3 different lines. They're jockeying for position, looking for any opportunity to make a move. Someone's revved up after lunch. Mitchell Litwinski's blitzed ahead, claiming 8th. Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Mike is sniffing around Maju like a dog with a bone, and it looks like they might just take a bite out of 3rd.
That's right, Rob. The pressure is palpable. The fans are on the edge of their seats, waiting to see who will come out on top in this epic showdown.
This is what racing is all about, folks. 3 fearless drivers pushing their machines to the absolute limit, inches apart. Now, this is sorry to interrupt here, but Puppy Dog from Hell's off the track. Reminds me of my first car, a real lemon. Drove straight but only in reverse.
Dang, puppy dog from hell's swerving around like me chasing a sale at the car parts store. Always ends up being a wild ride.
Well, butter my bread and call it a sandwich. Mike's not letting Maju have all the fairy bread at this party. Watch out, Maju, he's coming for your Tim Tams, mate.
With just 0.6 seconds between them, will Mike be able to keep up the pace and make a pass?
The track tells a tale of speed, strategy, and skill. Today, it narrates Mitchell Litwinski's journey in 8th. By the looks of it, Hal, Mitchell Litwinski's lost their mozzie repellent cause Andreas Dittmann's buzzing right past. It's a brilliant day for racing, and the drivers are putting on a show.
Absolutely. What a great race we are witnessing today. These drivers are giving it their all, and it's a thrill to watch them compete at this level.
They're really pushing themselves and their machines to the limit, and it's paying off with some incredible driving.
It's a pleasure to be here today, Rob. You really can't beat the excitement of a good race, especially one as competitive as this.
No room for error here. O'Hagan is breathing down the neck of Maju, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
This is getting heated. With Mike nipping at the heels of Maju, they're gonna make Sam Posey straight one to remember.
A great pass for Mike as they pick off other drivers and move up the field. Meanwhile, Maju has lost ground.
Yes, but they have to keep pushing hard. This race is far from over, and anything can happen. Mike needs to stay focused and keep driving with skill and determination.
It looks like Maju has found another gear in the last sector of the race.
They'll be the ones celebrating at the finish line.
As the laps tick by, Raimo Pedersen finds themselves in first. Every moment counts. What a win! This is a historic moment for Raimo Pedersen, who put on a masterclass in driving today. What a display of skill and precision. Seppo never gave up. They drove with heart and determination, ultimately securing a well-deserved second-place finish. That was an outstanding performance from O'Hagan. They fought hard and took the final spot on the podium.
Impressive driving to secure that spot.
4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th is Maju, Sunoila, Roll Postma, and Joe Ergu. Megasaurus 55, Smells Like Wee, and Puppy Dog from Hell end in 10th, 11th, and 12th. Andreas Dittmann in 8th. With Mitchell Litwinski in 9th. It's a beautifully calm day here at Lime Rock Park, full circuit, as we're getting ready to get things underway.
The calm before the storm. I don't know about you, Rob, but I can't wait to see who comes out on top of this one.
Starting from pole position is the perfect place for Puppy Dog from Hell to launch an attack.
But they will have to keep their foot on the gas in order to stay there.
The green luminescence beckons an odyssey. As they hustle and jostle, it's a dance of the intellect and instinct.
It's hotter than a July afternoon out there. One false move, and you're gonna feel the burn. These drivers, they gotta play it cooler than a cucumber in a bowl of hot sauce.
The tension is palpable here. No one will want to make a crucial mistake on the first lap.
It's always intense racing here at Lime Rock Park. Full circuit, hold on to your hats, folks.
All the drivers will be trying to take advantage of the pack whilst they're still bunched up.
The race isn't won in the first turn, but there have been plenty that have ended there, Rob.
Mad as a cut snake, that one. Seppo's determined not to be left in the dust today. Now, isn't that a sight? Joe Ergu hanging tight at 6. Maybe they're waiting for everyone else to make their move. Smart as a whip, that one.
Like gladiators they enter, Rob, but instead of lions and swords our champions fight in an arena of tarmac, and with fire-breathing machines of cutting-edge materials, designed to explore the very limits of physics itself in what can sometimes be very much a fight to the death.
Joe Ergu just blitzed past Roll Postma like they were standing still. I tell you, mate, the tech in these cars would outshine any gizmo you'd find in a Sydney cafe.
As long as it doesn't make my morning coffee, I'm good. But yeah, the tech here is like something out of Silicon Valley.
We got a close battle as Joe Ergu closes in on Puppy Dog from Hell.
Should things go south between Yorg and Puppy Dog from Hell, we might witness a high-speed game of bumper cars, but trust me, it's way less fun with real race cars.
As Puppy Dog from Hell trails Mitchell Litwinski, it's a bit reminiscent of my cat chasing a laser point. Determined, but always just a tad behind.
Well, shoot, if Puppy Dog from Hell was any more laid back, they'd be horizontal. Reckon they're daydreaming of those cheerleaders again?
Hold on to your hats, folks. Raimo Pedersen is right on the heels of Sunoiler, and we're in for a wild ride. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. Strike a light. Maju is throwing out numbers like they're buying rounds at the pub. Seppo, did that sting a bit?
Well, butter me up and call me a biscuit. Maju is putting the pedal to the metal, making Seppo eat some serious dust.
Raimo Pedersen has the pedal to the metal chasing Sunoiler. Gee whiz, Seppo is breathing down Joe Ergu's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Joe Ergu's rearview mirror right now, it's getting crowded.
One wrong move and we could see a spectacular new synchronized pirouette performance by Seppo and Jorg Yu, though I doubt the judges would give them a perfect score.
Hold on a moment, well, that was a proper Barbie flip by Puppy Dog from Hell. Too much snagger, not enough bun. The action is non-stop as Mike shadows Megasaurus 55 through every twist and turn, determined to claim 6th.
Sweet tea and biscuits. Mike's closing in on Megasaurus 55. I reckon we'll see some fireworks at West Bend.
I reckon they've had a few secret lessons down under. O'Hagan's just breezed into 6th.
Yes, O'Hagan is driving with real focus and precision, and it's paying off.
Alright, hold your horses. Smells Like We is really putting the heat on Roll Postma. If I were Roll Postma, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop. Get ready, folks. With Sunoiler tailing this close to Raimo Pedersen, Big Bend is about to become a hotspot.
If this battle ends in tears, it could be like watching a high-speed domino effect, but let's hope they keep it clean and avoid any unplanned games.
Whoa there, Smells Like We is sticking to Roll Postma like glue. You reckon Roll Postma's feeling the pressure? 'Cause I sure would. With that gap, Joe Ergu's practically drafting off Seppo, eh?
Exactly. They're so close, it's like they're sharing the same race line. It's like a good old North Carolina hoedown. Seppo's trying to lead, but Jorg Yu's eager for a do-see-do.
It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while. It's a challenging situation for Roll Postma. They're sandwiched between their fierce competitors, Smells Like We 0.2 seconds away and Joe Ergu 0.1 seconds ahead. They'll need to stay sharp and find an opportunity to make a move.
You're absolutely right, Rob. The gaps to the cars ahead and behind act as a measuring stick for Roel Postma's performance. They'll have to keep a close eye on those gaps to stay in control of their race.
Smells Like We seems to be putting the pressure on Roll Postma.
And they are poised to capitalize on any mistake, but who's going to make that mistake first?
It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other.
If Jorg Yu gets any closer to Smells Like We, they'll need to start sending out wedding invitations.
Hold on to your hats, Sunoiler is gunning for Megasaurus 55. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend?
The only thing closer than Sunoiler to Megasaurus 55 right now is the paint on their cars. Talk about a close encounter.
It's a close race between Joe Ergu and Smells Like We in 4th. It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
Honestly, Rob, with this chase, I'm half expecting to see some sneaky dive bombs in the next few laps. Popcorn ready?
Coming into Big Bend, the fight for 3rd is heating up. Who will be the first to blink? Now isn't this a show? Andreas Dittmann's gotten the bit between their teeth, and they're reeling in Mitchell Litwinski. Look at him weave and bob through Big Bend, folks. It's an intense battle for position as Roll Postma tries to outmaneuver Smells Like We. This is edge of your seat racing. Mate, Andreas Dittmann's right up Mitchell Litwinski's chuff. As they zip through No Name Straight, we're all expecting some fireworks. This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
As an experienced driver, I can tell you that Roel Postma must be laser focused on Smells Like We's every move, looking for the slightest weakness to exploit.
The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown? Things are heating up as Roll Postma closes in on Smells Like We. The gap between them is down to practically nothing.
It's going to be a close one. Roel Postma will have to push hard to create an opportunity.
You beauty, Roel Postma's lap was hotter than a sunburned shrimp on the barbie. This isn't just racing, it's a duel. Watch as Mike O'Hagan zeroes in on Joe Yu, blade sharpened and ready.
Now, ain't that something? O'Hagan's car is humming like a Sweet Carolina tune. He's looking to take Jorg Yu for a spin around the dance floor of Lime Rock Park, full circuit.
They're going side by side, door handle to door handle. This is as close as it gets, folks. Who will have the courage to outbrake the others? Oh, things are getting intense for Smells Like We. They're sandwiched between Mike and Roel Postma, navigating this high-speed battleground. Sorry to cut in here. Whoops. Joe Yu's taken more spins than a dead or alive record.
It's a real shame. Until this point in the race, they'd been looking at a decent result.
Blimey, Roel Postma is sticking to Mike like a kangaroo to her Joey. At this rate, they'll be side by side as they hit right-hander.
At this rate, Roel Postma and Mike O'Hagan are so close, they could share a cup of tea and a biscuit.
Wow, Megasaurus 55 is really pushing hard to catch up to Joe Yu. There's blood in the water for 7th place. Did you blink? Because Megasaurus 55 just laid down a scorcher of a lap. Even my ex never left that fast.
Phew, Megasaurus 55's got more speed than my cousin Earl on his tractor when he's late for supper.
Here's some action. Raimo Pedersen's tailgating Roel Postma so close, it's like they're sharing the same set of wheels as they near Sam Posey Straight. Buckle up, Joe Yu is all over Megasaurus 55 like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action? Talk about intense. Raimo Pedersen is on Roel Postma's bumper. We're in for a treat as they approach right-hander.
Hot diggity. Raimo Pedersen's on Roel Postma's tail tighter than bark on a tree. As they zoom into right-hander, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Whoa, Raimo Pedersen's on fire, leaving skid marks and Roel Postma's hopes behind. This is what it's all about, folks. Roel Postma is in hot pursuit of Raimo Pedersen, who's just trying to stay ahead. Things are looking as crook as Rookwood for Roel Postma, lagging behind Raimo Pedersen and the gap stretching out like a long country road. They'll need to find some extra grunt to flip this situation. How do racing drivers, like yourself back in the day, Hal, train themselves to maintain concentration for long periods of time?
Mental training is a huge part of a driver's preparation, Rob. Techniques like meditation, visualization, and working with sports psychologists can help drivers build their focus and mental endurance for a race.
Oh, this is getting intense. Andreas Dittmann is just a few car lengths behind Mitchell Litwinski.
Coming out of Sam Posey Straight, Andreas Dittmann's got the downforce and grip. That car's as sticky as North Carolina barbecue sauce, and he's looking to stick right to Michal Litwinski's tail.
Crikey, Andreas Dittmann is losing touch with Mitchell Litwinski quicker than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Looks like Sunoiler is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curbs aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about finding the right balance between speed and control.
Fair dinkum, Sunoiler's finding those aerodynamic sweet spots. Could be adjusting that front wing angle to cut through the air like a hot knife through butter. Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed. The intensity is off the charts as Megasaurus 55 hounds Joe Ergu, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit. Struth. If Andreas Dittmann gets any sorry to cut in here. Oh, mate. That's how the old man used to drive after a couple of bevies at the pub. Not the right line, but definitely entertaining.
Well, butter my biscuit. Michal Litvinsky's lost it like I lost my patience with that old carburetor of mine. A real test of character.
This is what high-octane racing looks like. Megasaurus 55 is breathing down the neck of Joe Ergu, not giving him any room to relax.
If things go wrong between Megasaurus 55 and Ergu, they could be exchanging more than just paint, like maybe a strongly worded post-race chat.
It's pedal to the metal for Megasaurus 55, while Joe Ergu's still flipping through the radio channels. Not much room to breathe for Megasaurus 55 with Joe Ergu trailing so close. I reckon we'll see a move soon, especially at Big Bend. Joe Ergu seems to be losing the plot with Megasaurus 55. They'll need to buck up their ideas as they dive into no-name straight and aim for a ripper exit to gain some ground. Stone the Crows. Sunoilers in 6th, but if I know them, Roll Postma's gonna cop an Aussie-style sneak attack real soon. Oh, talk about a tango on tarmac. Smells Like Wee is dancing closer and closer to Joe Ergu. You can feel the tension as they approach downhill. It's a game of inches now as Sunoiler tails Roll Postma closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake.
Now, that's some driving, y'all. Sunoiler is putting the pressure on Roel Postma. It's like watching a cat stalk a bird. They're inching closer with every turn.
Blimey, Joe Ergu is closing in on Smells Like Wee like they owe them money. This duel is going to light up left-hander. Bugger me, Joe Ergu's got their thongs stuck in the mud. Meanwhile, Smells Like Wee is off like a bucket of prawns in the sun. I love being here at Lime Rock Park, full circuit. What an awesome place to be witnessing these titans of the track battle it out.
Indeed, Rob, what a magnificent sight and sound. I love listening to the roar of these engines. Let's just listen for a moment.
This is a thrilling battle as Roll Postma edges closer to Sunoiler in their fight for P5.
Every twist, every turn, it's like a tango at 200 miles per hour. Who'll take the lead?
No room for error here. Joe Ergu is breathing down the neck of Smells Like Wee, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
A misjudgment by either driver could result in a close encounter of the tire barrier kind, and that's one handshake they'll want to avoid.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Roll Postma is right on the heels of Sunoiler, and we're in for a wild ride.
Should things go awry, Roel Postma and Sunoiler might find themselves giving a whole new meaning to the term tandem drifting, though I doubt they'd enjoy it as much as the spectators.
The adrenaline is pumping as Joe Ergu gets within striking distance of Smells Like Wee in their race for 8th. Look at Seppo trying to close that gap on Maju. Kind of like me trying to get close to a decent Barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party. Each roar of the engine, each squeal of the tire is a chapter in this epic duel. Who'll pen the perfect ending?
If Seppo doesn't pick up the pace, hell, they'll be as relevant as an ashtray on a motorbike. Blimey, Roll Postma's gunning it in 6th, just a whisker behind Sunoiler. Hope he's got his budgie smugglers on, cause things are about to get wet and wild.
Who will be able to maintain their pace and come out on top?
It seems like Roll Postma is pushing. They are on for recording their best lap so far this race. Like a scene from a thriller, Seppo's on Maju's tail, hungry for that spot.
Well, butter my biscuit. With a gap just shy of a second, Seppo's car is dialed in. He's looking to reel Maju in on the straights of Lime Rock Park, full circuit.
We got a close battle as Sunoiler closes in on Roll Postma. Reminds me of two wombats fighting for the best burrow. Close, intense, and unpredictable.
Oh, this is gripping. With every lap, Seppo's drawing closer to that lead spot. They're both battling tire to tire.
If I were the leader, I'd be checking my mirrors every blink of an eye. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
This is the moment where legends are made. These drivers will go down in history as the ones who fought tooth and nail for the top spot.
Seppo is locked in, mate. It's like watching a kangaroo chasing down that last bit of green in the outback. Every move is calculated, every turn precise.
You said it, Rob. Over here, it'd be like a quarterback eyeing that end zone in the final seconds. Seppo is hungry for that top spot, and you can feel it.
Sunoiler wants to get into Roll Postma slipstream.
If you're enjoying the racing, please remember to like and subscribe.
It's like Seppo has saved all their energy for this final stretch.
It takes a special kind of driver to perform under pressure like this. Seppo has certainly risen to the occasion.
Oh, this is getting intense. Sunoiler is just behind Roll Postma. It looks like Maju is in control. They're ahead of Seppo by over a second, and it doesn't look like they're going to be challenged anytime soon.
Back in my day, when you had someone on your tail, you'd give them the old razzle-dazzle. Maju's got that move down pat against Seppo.
And that, folks, is how it's done. A solid performance and great win from Maju. A nail-biting finish, but Seppo claims second place.
Impressive performance. They pushed themselves to the limit for a fantastic second-place finish.
What a race from Mike. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium.
Great job bringing it home.
Raimo Pedersen, Roll Postma, Sunoiler, and Megasaurus 55 brings home 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Smells Like We and Joe Erg take 8th and 9th. Tenth sees Andreas Didman. Coming in 12th, we have Puppy Dog from Hell. In 11th, it's Mitchell Litwinski.